trees are budding, so that's exciting. We have a project for that. We're gonna protect them from wildlife, so we're gonna get that a project here. As soon as we get the bathroom done, we're gonna get that going. So that'll be in a video or two here soon, guys.
There we go, nice and level.
One step closer, guys. Gonna get this all connected and have...
I haven't broke anybody's heart yet, told them the plan yet. All right, guys, here is where our water tank is gonna permanently sit. We are not gonna bury one in the ground, I don't think.
Because in the winter we'd use up that 250 gallons in a couple weeks anyways, and then what do you do?
Yeah.
Then you're like out of luck and everything's got to be winterized, and it's...
Yeah. So the breaking heart part is that I guess this isn't going to be forever system, and we're probably not going to ever live here forever, all full time, all through the winter, 365 days a year. So
We're gonna live in Florida in the winter. That's the dream.
or 40. If we could do this for 10 to 20 years and live here 9 months out of the year and struggle in the winter when we're here a little bit, and then this makes 8 or 9 months out of the year convenient, why are we gonna bury one in the ground?
When it won't last us all winter anyways.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not gonna go spend $2,000 on a huge water tank when this will take care of us 90% of the time. So, anyway.
Gonna build up around it so it looks nice like the rest of the house, so you don't have to look at this ugly thing.
Yeah.
And then the heater won't be in the bathroom, and we won't all die.
Yep. We have to build a little storage area out here anyway for like the propane tank. So we'll do a little separate one over here so the propane isn't mixed with the gas heater. I know that's the next thing you're gonna worry about if I was gonna do that. So this is gonna be like our little utility area, and we're gonna box it all in with live edge siding somehow so it doesn't look bad. Same thing with the propane. We're gonna move the propane and then we're gonna branch it off to the wood stove or to the gas stove and to the gas water heater. That's good enough, right?
Yeah.
So that's the plan. We're gonna put the pump and everything underneath the bathroom and all the plumbing. So, and then when we skirt it in, it will all stay warm way longer. So, I mean, we're literally gonna have 3 months out of the year that it's not gonna function. Although this winter was a little longer, but if the cabin is all skirted in, everything underneath there will be a lot better off.
Yes.
All right, let's get on to other stuff. All right, guys, good morning. Jen's in class. She's got a lot of work for a couple more weeks, and then we'll be on to spring and summer activities as usual. So I have a couple hours to work on some plumbing for this bathroom before I start crawling around under the cabin and stuff and get all wet and dirty. So I'm gonna try to run some plumbing from from this line here, this is going to be the shower line, over here, and I'm going to pre-build a copper line to go from here, and I think I'm just going to shark bite it here with one of them press-on compression fittings. You know, push it in over here, press that on, and then have it all soldered up. Have a copper pipe go from here to here. There's going to be a on-off valve and a shower head up here. Because I can't solder it in place, obviously, because of the wall and the paint and, you know, the heat and stuff. So I'm going to try to measure it all out, pre-build it. And, yeah, it's exciting. No more buckets and no more, you know, 5-gallon pail with a spigot to wash dishes. Jenny can use her faucet that's been in there for over 1.5 years, and instead of the little bucket. So all right, good morning, guys. Just got done fiddling in the bathroom a little bit, got the backsplash put in behind the sink, and now I took the measurements for the copper pipe that I want to run from underneath the vanity up to the shower head. Got those dimensions written down in the notebook, and I'm going to learn to solder. I watched a couple 5-minute videos. That's the extent of my knowledge with soldering copper pipe. Wish me luck. So guys, you need a few tools to do solder work with copper pipe. We need this tool here to clean up the pipes. We need solder, lead-free for any water lines that will be coming into the house. Flux, which goes on all our fittings and pipe to help it join together. And we need brushes. Brush to put the flux on. We bought this little tiny tool to cut copper pipe because I am not a professional and not going to be doing this for a living. So I just bought the cheapest little $12 cutter. Alright guys, so from what I gathered, it said to heat the fitting, not the pipe. You hit the fitting at the bottom, heat will rise, or somewhere in the middle or bottom, heat will rise. And then when you start getting to the temperature warm enough to add your solder, you can test it on the opposite side, and if it's melting, that's good. You don't want to start at the top and work your way down because flux will, once it starts to boil and get hot enough, it sucks the solder into the fitting, or into the gap between the fitting and the pipe. So if you start at the top and it rolls down, you can't ensure that you got a good amount of solder in there. So that's just what I've watched on the 2 videos that I watched. Let's give it a shot. Didn't seem to go too bad. And I can see the solder inside the fitting, which is good. I need a rag. It says to rub off any excess flux, because that can deteriorate your pipe. I don't know, guys. That looks pretty fancy to me. I mean, it's not pretty, but it looks effective. So I don't know. It's not pretty. Like I said, it's got extra solder. But I'm, for my first one. And the cool thing is, and you guys will be able to see it, is I can see the solder. Maybe you can see it in there inside the fitting. So that means it went all the way, got sucked all the way in to the inside edge. So it should be solid solder throughout the whole seal. That was pretty cool. Like I said, I have never once in my life soldered a single thing. The only thing I worry about is if when I heat this side, what's going to happen to this side? Like, is this side going to melt out? That's something that, like I said, you think you understand what's going on, and then you run into a hypothetical when you're not an experienced plumber. So, let me see what's going on here. Hold on.
Are you a soldering master now?
Far from it. Especially since it doesn't look as nice as the first one did. I think I let it get too hot.
How'd that do that? It's like melts and combines into it. It's like so interesting.
It's pretty cool. As long as it's like works cool. As long as it doesn't leak cool. Alright guys, so the idea is that copper pipe's going to go halfway up, hit the valve, and then another chunk to the shower head. Simple as that. We're only having, again, we only need one line and one valve to the shower head because this is a dedicated line that's coming straight from the water heater. And you adjust the heat for the water at the water heater. So once we find like a happy spot, we just leave it there, and then you gotta, obviously you're gonna have to flush a couple feet of water out of the lines before the hot water gets to you. But yeah, I'm gonna finish all that up. I'm just kind of seeing how I'm gonna strap it to the wall and to the base here. There's gonna be my valve, comes down here, 90s right here into the vanity behind the toilet. Toilet's gonna be here. I have these straps which hold it off of the wall. So I think I'm gonna put one like right here. I don't have to push it off the wall. I can just mount it right there. There's gonna be nothing on the stone. I'm gonna put one right here to hold it in place. It goes in here and mounts to our dedicated shower line. This is just to PEX, and I was gonna do a shark bite here, like one of them compression fittings, but I'm probably just gonna buy a coupler next time and solder that. Pretty easy to solder all that stuff in there, and I have enough space here. I can just put a little piece of metal behind that and solder that pretty quick in here. I might just buy, a shark bite if they're only like $3 or $4, but if they're like $10 a piece, I'll try to solder that myself. So cool. As long as all my solders hold up and I did as good a job as I think I did, I think everything went well. But you know how that goes. It's almost too easy. I've been struggling, guys. Like, had a hard time with a lot of little simple projects that should be easier than they are lately. So I've been having a little bit of a mental struggle, and I'm just hoping that this soldering goes as well as I think it did, but I don't know. I'm gonna probably, I guess, water test it before I strap it all to the wall. Here's our other half. Get our valve in there. Shower head goes up here. Be rocking and rolling. Soldered it all in, but like I said, I'm gonna test it before I strap it all down too, because I don't want any leaks and then have to unstrap and reseal everything. So what do you think so far, honey?
Is it almost there?
Getting exciting.
I might be able to shower without a bucket.
In 2023, for sure. Before next winter.
I might be able to shower without a bucket.
In a few weeks.
In a video or two.
In a few weeks. It's going well, right?
Yeah.
Looks good as long as my solders hold up. That's all I worry about. Like I said, I've never done that before. So it worked out pretty good, seemed to. But never know. Rookie could make it just look pretty and it didn't do what it's supposed to. We can get a different rod. It was just temporary to use because it was free. What do you think of your backsplash and your sink?
Looks good.
Pretty fancy, huh?
Yeah, I get good taste. And a good husband to make it all pretty. I pick out things, you make them happen.
Cool beans. So we'll finish her up in a little bit, or we'll finish it up soon.